Hello and welcome back to the channel, up to episode 7 of our Town to City playthrough here. Glad to have you back. I was thinking about the last episode and feel like I was just rushing a little bit, so setup's a little bit sloppy over here. I was rushing, see we've got all these unhappy faces that were affecting me. Hitting our money and research limits was affecting me, but if you think about it, that stuff doesn't really matter. People aren't going to move out, townsfolk aren't going to die. You know, this is a chill city builder, so we can have them unhappy for a little bit while we think about what we're doing and how we play. So my goal for today's episode is just to slow down a little bit, plan a little bit more, and then once we do that, the happiness will follow. So obviously these guys are pretty unhappy at the moment, but we'll get what we need in place, take our time, and make sure we're happy with what we want to do. So let's jump in, and we'll start with the research, since we do have those 4 research points, 1,000 here. And what I'm going to do is up the money. Give us a little bit more access to more money, and then a little bit more access probably to the research as well. We can get another research in, or we might get a few of these. We'll have a look. Okay, so let's focus on a couple of the areas where we can improve. So in here we do have a good range of food and some entertainment, but we're probably lacking a little bit in the definitely the housewares and the apparel as well. And I might try and get maybe a little more. We've got a little bit of apparel over here, don't we? It's the barber and the shoe. A little bit of food here, but maybe we could pop something in the gap over here, or in the gap over here, although it's a bit difficult to put something in here with the hill. Although something like this might fit, but as you can see, it does create quite a bit of, we'll call it a retaining wall. It's not retaining wall, but like a big dent in the hill by popping something down over here. A launderer, we don't have any launderers in at the moment. This is actually quite a big building, but we could pop it in over here. So let's start with that. I think this episode as well will do a bit of more of a focus on landscaping, doing some design as well. And focus less on hitting, for instance, I'm not too worried at the moment about hitting this 80 to get to the next city level. We won't worry about that for now. Let's do, we don't have much need for services at the moment. Yeah, it's not, although they wouldn't mind it over here as the artisans. So we could unlock the chapel. And what you'll see is this unlocks a new public service area. Which, yep, they will have a desire for it once we get there. Okay, we've got 2 people available. Let's pop a couple in there. We also need to think about creating a new area, I think, because, or actually what we'll do is we'll save up for that 3rd floor housing. That way we don't have to build more houses. We can start filling these up, but that also means we do need to focus on our services around here a little bit as well to make sure that we do have what we need. So let's go back here and have a look at the decoration number. We've got 10% and 11% around here. So we could improve that a little bit with some decoration, 12% on these ones. And we could also pop something else in here. Let's start on the decorating front. I know we've got a statue, although it is quite large, this guy. but we could pop him down by the water here. He'll affect all these ones. So let's pop him in. That takes still around 10%, hasn't improved it. I think these ones went up a little bit possibly. And we'll just get some more things in so we can get some signage at the entrance here. That'll improve things. And we'll get some nice planting in between these guys. Improves. Just all these little touches, just adding little bits. Don't want to put it there because that'll block this. We can put something along here, get an umbrella in between these guys. As you can see, that's gone up to 11. We're at 12, so just improving the decorations a little bit. Just making the space look a little bit nicer as well. Okay, a little sign in here. There we go. Looking nice. Let's get a post box in. No, we don't want a post box, do we? What else? We could put a little fountain in, but I don't think we want a fountain. I'm going to move this guy because he is not facing straight. There we go. I could put a smaller statue in as well, but we're not going to do that. Let's put a couple of benches down over here. Some nice metal benches. Go. Let's have a look here. We're at 2580. Let's go to the farms. Make sure we're continuing to improve that. So we've got some more farm options. We're not going to build any more farms just yet. Okay, so we've done a little decorating here. But let's think about services that we can pop in. So these are pretty well connected here. It's just maybe the housewares and obviously the public service. So we've got a chapel. I'm not too sure where. We could move this over a little bit. Move the bistro over slightly and pop the chapel in here. Once again, in terms of how it's set up, it's a bit janky squeezing it all in. But that's okay. Let's get ready to add some decorations. We always need our flowers. There we go, so we've got the chapel up. No, it doesn't want to go there. There and there. There and there. At the back. We will do a little bench back here. Put a little sign up. Go. We're going to get some lighting in on this side of the road. There we go. Obviously we don't have anyone to fill that at the moment. We're waiting to get enough research, which we're almost at actually. But we're already there. There we go, third floor housing. And let's, because these guys are really well connected, we'll do these as our first upgrades. So easy enough. 13%, easy. And then we can get a few people in there. We'll just get as many as we can. And that helps everyone along here. Now the population density is an interesting one because we do kind of have to cram everyone in. Oh yeah, another thing we have to mention, I guess, when we're talking about the happiness is it has to be above 80% for new people to turn up. So even though we weren't focusing on the happiness straight away, we do still need to make sure that they are happy so that we can keep growing. Okay, so that's 30%. So what we're looking for is home decoration 20%, so we're almost there for that. Work decoration, we want to get to 10%, so we're actually quite a way behind on the work decoration, so we will soon be focusing on that. Let's get some more people in. Another 4. So we've almost got that full, we just need one more. Yes, let's focus on work decoration. So this is at 14%. 13%, 10%, 10, 10. So we can probably put like a little park in here. So we want to create a space. So can we move this over a little bit? We can. Like so. And then we can put a little path through there. Let's go with the dirt path. Size 2, free form. We can bring this down here, bend around there, and then a nice circle there. There we go. So we have a nice little park behind our clothing store here. What I noticed is a window here, and it doesn't have a flower on it. And I also quite like putting a light above things like that. That's quite cool. And we'll get a sign as well. There we go. Maybe dress that up. Let's go with a small hedge along here. And what we will do is we'll just curve it slightly. Okay. There we go. Oops, I went with big hedge instead of small hedge. Doesn't work. I want small hedge. Go. Put a little archway in. So people know this is the entrance to the park. Let's get a sign. Park this way. We need some lights around here. So we'll get one there and one there. Another light in the middle here. And then we'll just put a few benches in. Bench, 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 and a nice little water feature in the middle. Lovely. Move them a little bit, be a bit more centered. And then we need a little few bushes. I'm going to do the same bush. All the way around. go. We got ourselves a nice little park near the research centre. Okay, let's continue to unlock. We'll go header. Got some more people wanting to move in. Keep going with the regular townsfolk. We can fill that up. And then we've got some space. So we've got some issues going on with shadows there, glitching. It's not looking good, is it? Oh yeah, we've got a lot of people we can pop in here. Let's keep the clothing store filled up. Continue on the launderer. And continue with our decorating. Now, the good thing about the clock maker is that there's a lot of windows, which means a lot of flowers. Go. I think we'll get a couple of lights as well. Hang up here. And on the back we can get a sign. Selling some alcohol. And let's see where we're at. 12%, 12%. But look at the decorations. Has it gone up? 3. I think it was at 2%. It went to 3. So we added a percent there, and that was at 5, and that's now at 6. So we are very slowly ticking that up. Let's get some lighting going. That always helps. Lots of room in the square. To improve the decoration. We can also do some roading upgrades actually, where we've got the money. Seems we do have a fair bit of excess money. Let's spend a little bit on making these roads better. It was a bit janky with the upgrade road, but there we go. And then it takes away also, if you upgrade the road, look, it's all white here, so the plaza just becomes a bit white. I'm not a big fan of that. There should be a different texture, I feel. And because we've become more efficient, we can remove some people from the warehouse, reassign them. There we go. We got all the way to the top of the launderer. So upgrade a few more houses for the next load of people. And then I think the next load of people we'll do as townsfolk. Then we can go back to adding some more artisans, which will get us close to that 80 mark for the next level. Okay, let's do the school newspaper stand. Let's pop a newspaper stand in down here. And that can go in this space over here. Put it on an angle down by the water. Yep. We've also got to think about where we want to put the school. Because obviously the school, we want to feed public service to these guys. How big is it? Yeah, it's a bit too big, unfortunately. It won't fit in this space. We could extend the road and pop it back here. Yeah, a little bit. Oh, we can probably go back here, actually. Yeah, there we go. We've got some road here that we can extend. And what we'll do is we'll get it all linked together. And then we'll pop the school back here. Get that upgraded. And then I don't think we have the money. No, it's 1900, so we just got to wait a little bit for the money. So what do we need here? 3 and 1. So we need 4 more people. So if we do this, so we wait for 1 more family to move in, and then we can also start looking at adding some more people down here. These guys obviously at the end here are missing a few things. Because they are a bit too far away. Let's just see if we upgrade the roads, if that makes a difference. Looks like it might have. It did, yeah, it got up to 9, so upgrading those roads was a big help. Okay, we'll move them in. So now we've got 3 people, we can fill up the newspaper stand. And then we're just waiting for 1 more person at the clothing store as well. And I think, no, we don't have to worry too much about our next area because we're going through upgrading our houses to fill up more people. Let's get this school in. Up the back here. I would like to build a little backyard playground thing, but it's going to be on a cliff, so I might have to build something across the side here for them. Seems it's a school. Probably want to put like a slide in. And some hopscotch. And we'll make it sandy. So this obviously does restrict what else we can build along here, taking up the space, but I do feel like the school needs a playground. And we'll put a fence up. Goes along the back of the cliff. And all the way around. There we go. A book nook. Makes a bit of sense for a school. Flowers. Makes sense for a school. Always flowers. Just a really easy way to up that improvement level. Bit hard to see back here. There we go. In the cliff. Let's get some benches. I don't know, do kids sit on benches? Go. Shaded area. Yeah, let's get a little table where the kids have their lunch. Not many kids at the school, so room for 4 is enough. Oh, look, this guy's playing hopscotch. It's cool. So we don't have anyone in the school at the moment, so it's not doing much. Let's continue upgrading. Popping people in. These are all at -10, so let's get some of those decorations in. Do it the cheap way. For some reason this guy's got a water pump out the back of his house and a scarecrow, along with some barrels. There we go. And I think we'll use all 4 of them. Oh, we need to add some more people to the butcher over this side as well. Keep going on our research. Do we want to go with the big stuff? Let's go pottery. Set hat colours. We don't really care too much about hat colours. We don't live in a farm residence. I'm going to dismiss them because I'm not going to add any more farms right now. So it's at 11%. Okay. And I think that is where we will call it for today. So I think we made some good progress at the start of the episode. Everyone was pretty unhappy. But we just slowed things down a bit. Look at how janky this little bit is. We just slowed things down a bit. We don't have to worry about that too much. Like I said at the start of the episode, people aren't going to die. People aren't going to move out. This is a relaxing city builder. And so, yeah, we've added a few things. We added the laundry in, the school, the chapel. We built this nice little park down here, which I think needs... Oh, that's a bit excessive, isn't it? I think it needs just a couple of lights in there as well, so people can go and spend their evenings in there. Yeah, chapel, school, laundry. We got the ability to unlock level 3 housing, which is good. That'll allow us to keep putting people in without having to expand. We do have quite a bit of land, obviously, to expand, but we want to get this all filled up first, because if we go to a new area, then we have to obviously build new food, new amenities, everything like that. You know, we need to start again with a whole new load of people. Let's just fill these up. So yeah, next episode, I think we're going to try and work towards hitting that goal of 80 artisans, which we should be able to do, I think, with the amount of houses. We might have to add a couple more houses in just to get there. Let's upgrade these while we're here. Otherwise, thanks for tuning in, guys, and I will catch you on the next one. Catch you later.